Okay, artificial intelligence. Here are my current recommendations, specifically answering the following detailed questions. Does AI support or enhance the purpose and goal of your resume? Does it enhance authenticity, your genius? And will using it help you prepare for interviews? Because as you know, my process is a recipe for interview preparation. Is AI a good spice to add to the recipe? Remembering the purpose of your resume. It's to serve as your professional representative in your absence, conveying your mojo, what you're good at, highlighting your authentic achievements, and curating it to align with the reader's needs, while also giving a hint or flavor of your personality. And it has to do all of that at a glance, with the goal of being able to inspire a hiring manager to make 2 yeses pretty rapidly. First, in like 7 to 10 seconds, yes, I want to know more and read the details, spending more than 10 seconds on the resume. And then when they see the details, make the second decision, oh yes, call this person. In those details, there should be no red flags. Okay, so working with a professional like myself, you being the professional expert on yourself, we spend hours to achieve this goal. Choosing the right words, placing them correctly, specifying accuracy and dates and numbers. So this was my critical thinking all when I started to evaluate this. And after playing around with a lot of apps for job seekers, here's my recommendation. No. At this time, do not use AI to write or tweak your documents. Play with it, test it, but don't copy and paste it into your documents, and I'll explain why. I did locate one element out of a suite of AI tools I recommend as a quick identify keyword tracking tool in job descriptions. Okay, but first, it's important you know why I came to my conclusion. Well, it's not just me, it's also hiring managers. 625 were surveyed and rated AI as the biggest red flag of 2024. 8 out of 10 gave it a thumbs down for both resumes and cover letters. 6 out of 10 said if any AI content's detected, it will automatically disqualify the applicant. 74% said they can easily tell when AI is being used. So, what brought them to this conclusion? The same reason I did. As AI exists right now, it's riddled with errors. It generates wrong dates, can't do math, invents fake experiences, inserts skills you don't have, and overall is contributing to the decline of trust everywhere. Our excellent article in The Atlantic by Mateo Wong details how the entire internet at this time right now has been rendered untrustworthy. The internet was never perfect, but it was never this bad. As of this recording, AI is out there generating fake books, fake quotations. Amazon is stuffed with AI-generated scam products, and we've had fake reviewers for a long time. Apple pulled their AI. They were one of the few responsible ones when they realized that it was inaccurate in summarizing the news and writing bad headlines. So if you see, and if you see in that there's lots of them that are still using that. So always read the articles because the headlines are very likely to be wrong. This quote was really kind of stood out. Embarrassing failures are a feature of AI products. Okay, can you imagine? That's a feature of a product, an embarrassing failure. So, and also AI is very vulnerable to cyber attacks. And using it, there's evidence that it furthers the decline in critical thinking. So, if this is the AI age, then we're living in broken times. I think that quote summarized things pretty well, what's going on right now. So yes, I found AI does not serve the purpose of your of writing your resume and having it be a professional selfie in words. What I saw was intelligence and clarity in what I had written in my resume get stripped away, important content reflecting my expertise deleted or watered down. It was sort of like watching someone play Scrabble with my resume. Words and phrases are rearranged and reworded without my input. So, you work with me as a professional, investing time and money to ensure every word and sentence is correct. I would never want you to go take this good work we created and have it damaged. So I don't recommend it. My advice actually comes from a lesson I learned as a business owner I owned 2 graphic design firms for 2 decades. Every time there's new technology or a major software upgrade, there is always bugs in the beginning. Being an early adopter can actually take down your entire operation, and I learned that the hard way. So the best thing to do, step back, watch, and wait. Avoid the bleeding edge. AI is a red flag because errors create untrustworthiness, okay, on your resume. It immediately creates more work to vet you because they don't know what's in this. It's the opposite of authentic genius because authentic people have good intentions, but now with their stuff being in there that's not authentic, they have to go figure out which part is and which part isn't. Okay, they're not going to do that. Okay, there's also their own security risk because AI is being used by organized crime more and more. Yes, they're targeting individual job seekers, as you know about from my previous training, but for a much longer time, businesses have been a bigger target. And so, AI content, major red flag. Also, AI is new technology equivalent to a toddler. I mean, at the time I'm recording this, it's not even 3 years old. So, of course, it's going to make lots of mistakes, especially when it's not being developed in a normal manner of software development. From what I've read, AI is using a hybrid of 2 development models, iterative and agile, also called Scrum. However, it's not happening like most software is developed in a closed environment with clear goals guided by professionals. It's been released out into the world for anybody, including criminals or people that don't know better. And it's been hyped like crazy. And there's some sort of weird blind faith, kind of like this mob mentality, that somehow it's going to grow itself into a good thing based on learning from the internet, which is now being flooded with fake information. Okay, would you entrust your toddler to go learn about the world from today's internet? So, as a tool, AI at this time is being identified in many, many places. If you search online, it's being called a double-edged sword. It's being used by both good and bad actors. The good ones are being very careful to use it as a tool, learning about it, and they're using it in very specific ways and staying in charge of it. Okay, the bad actors are doing the same though. Okay, now there's another element to AI that I think is worth mentioning here. Technology journalist Ed Zitron in On the Media interview, he revealed AI is overhyped, and there are signs it may just turn out to be a massive marketing scheme and could turn out to be another tech bubble that could burst the economy. They're bleeding red and they don't have any actual product making money. And especially with new competition that's recently appeared on the market that is open source at a lower cost and much more energy efficient, I would just say be cautious. And just remember, computers and software are supposed to be tools we use as creators to make good things. Stay focused on your goal, which is knowing your value, giving that out to others. Give more than you receive. Don't disable yourself and give up your brains and use AI as a crutch. And now for the big reveal, this was a big lead up here. What about the tools I do recommend? Okay. ResumeUp.ai has a free job description keyword finder. And note that full URL. You do have to type in that full URL at this time. It's not linked off their homepage. This tool is very helpful. Many of the AI resume writing sites I found have a keyword search, but this was the only one I could find that does not require you to also upload your resume and compare it to a job description. Just to keep in mind, think about this. Criminals can easily set up their own fake resume writing sites or they can hack legitimate ones. So for security reasons, you don't want to be uploading or sending your resume everywhere. Keep that close to your chest. Think about it. Do you think that there's critical identity information about you on your resume criminals might want? Okay, so this one site offers a free functional tool that helps quickly and easily identify keywords from a job description. So, which I think is great. Okay, so you go to a job description, highlight the text you I think have keywords in it. And I do remind you to always save and download the full job description into a folder that you make for that company for your analysis and research, as well as for future reference when you get called in for that interview. If by the time you get called in, the job description may be no longer posted online, you want to just make sure you have a copy. Okay. But for this keyword tool, just skip the summary about the company and anything else that's not related to doing the work of the job. Copy the meat of what's involved in the job, and especially the requirements section, and then go over to the tool and paste it into the job description field. Be sure to add the job title itself, and you can manually type that in, and you do that because the title is also a keyword, and then click Find Keywords. And it's really slick. It returns a list of keywords sorted into 3 categories: action verbs, hard skills, and soft skills. Brilliant. And even better, they added a copy command. So you just click on copy, and it saves this list into a buffer that you can then paste into a blank document in your word processor. So then use these keywords when tweaking. It's easy to either manually incorporate them, but also I did run the list that it had generated through the AI detector, which I'm going to share with you next. Good news, the copy did not flag as AI. So if you needed, you could copy and paste it. So you can use this right at the beginning of that section, like section 2 on the flowchart checklist, or number 5 in the playbook. Just list all the keywords and do the circling and the lining out and do all that resonance analysis I taught you that leads up to tweaking. I believe that this could save you some time. I think that's one of the most time-consuming pieces, is reading through. Sometimes job descriptions can be very long, and this can be really helpful. Now, I did help a client recently testing this out, and we did two applications, and the first one we used, and it was helpful. And the second one, the job description was so short, it didn't make sense to use it. So, use your judgment. But now, I mentioned that there's an AI detector tool. Let me show you that next. And note, there's dozens of apps out there detecting AI in copy, which I think is great. And to be honest, look at some of the titles. It kind of blows my mind that we're so disconnected from our humanity. We're using software to write for us, to think and write for us, and then humanize what the machine writes. Okay. Could we find ways to use our brains even less? To me, this is not intelligence. And actually, it's not even really doing what it says it's doing. It's all marketing. This is all AI just pretending to be human. It's marketing, trying, when they say humanize or write human or originality, so anyway, so the AI detector software out of all this long list is this first one. And note that URL.com. It's called quillbot.com. If you type in just Quillbot, you'll see AI.ai come up. That's just a parked URL that's for sale. So it's another whole thing I won't get into, but there's companies that buy up URLs and then try to sell them to the company using that URL. Anyway, if you have time and desire to play around with AI, whether it's the resume writing tools or anyone, this is a great tool, and it's free. So the way it works is you simply copy and paste text into a field, click Detect AI. Note, Quillbot has a number of other tools, and this is the one right now is listed third one down on the left as of this recording. Okay, so here's what I did. I pasted and ran the detector on an excerpt from my own resume copied out of Microsoft Word, and it was accurate. It scored 100% human written, 0 AI. That's what hiring managers want to see. That's your strategy, bottom line, because right now statistics show if you have 100% resume, human written resume, you're the cream of the crop. Only 25% resumes in circulation today are 100% human. So now I'll show you content. I took that content from my resume, And I uploaded actually my entire resume into a very promising resume writing app. And I initially, I liked it for its simple, clean user experience. It was so much, I liked it so much, I actually got on a Zoom call with the developer and talked with him twice. And this was early in my research. I had not yet found Quillbot, and I had not yet found the survey of hiring managers. And so I was really sad when I discovered that this really cool app that I talked with this developer about, and I was really excited I was going to offer it to you guys, but this is what happened. My resume came back, the tweaking that I allowed the software to use was red flagged 100% AI generated. And I experimented. I tried exporting it as a text file. I tried exporting it as a PDF, opening them in Word, resaving them, opening and resaving them for text editor, copying and pasting out of AI and into Word, applying my styles, formatted, unformatted. It was kind of like Independence Day, one of my favorite movies. The evidence of AI remained. Anyway, actually, I think detecting AI is a really good thing. I think it would be a bad thing if we develop, if this is the way AI develops, that they try to be deceptive, that they try to hide it. It's not good to be deceptive, you guys. Think about the criminals. People walking around with masks on their face and not identifying themselves. That's a criminal thing, okay? Good people don't do that. Okay, so anyway, so that's Quillbot Detector. It's that's what Quillbot Detector is a really good tool. Now, that said, there's one other piece of AI software that is promising for resume writing, offering a number of useful tools, and that is resumeworded.com. Professional resume writers designed it specifically for career coaches. Okay, they took their time. This is the only one I found so far. Not that I've researched them all, but I researched almost a dozen. Okay, this one retains the original resume you upload, respects what you've written, provides a ton of control, and does not just rewrite everything. But it does have the ability to write from scratch. Okay, and at the end product, if you upload your resume and then you use this software to tweak it, it still contains the AI coding and adds the content that you added will still show up. Your human written piece will show up as human written, and so your score might be better, but it still has that coding in it, and that still constitutes a red flag for a hiring manager. But if you're of a mind to get into writing resumes and updating for yourself in the future, this would be one to kind of keep an eye on. And there have been people that have worked with me that, because my process is so instructive, people have used it, have been empowered to not only update their own resumes in the future, but have actually written resumes for family and friends. So this app is in development, could be very helpful. But I would say retype the copy, don't copy and paste it or use a downloaded file. And it's designed for career coaches who don't write resumes. Okay, that's where Quillbot can be helpful. If you worked with some other firm or coach or resume writer, use Quillbot to check your resume that you got from them. So if it's got content that's AI written. So that's what Quillbot.com is helpful for. All that said, note the disclaimer at the bottom of the screen. Caution, our AI detector is advanced, but no detectors are 100% reliable, no matter what their accuracy scores claim. Never use AI detection alone to make decisions that could impact a person's career or academic standing, yourself included. Okay, so that's all good. That's actually really, really good advice. Okay, in summary, remember, AI is a buggy tool for you to use, a sword, not a crutch. Stay 100% authentic human, because not only is a job application a legal document, okay, when you upload your resume and you actually attest that application that you're being honest, and you red flag anything in there that's not shown to be honest or correct will come back to bite you. Further, this is a huge competitive advantage to stay 100% human. You will be one of the few rare ones that shine as fully human. I think that's so funny. Do not copy and paste content into your resume, as it is easily detectable as a red flag. ResumeUp.ai is okay for keywords. You do have to type in that full URL that we had from a previous screen. And Quillbot.com for their AI detector is good. Okay, follow the warm playbook, follow your instinct and gut, and who knows how long it's going to take to fix AI.